a beaver feels different, or maybe an otter, because they live in the water, so they have some waterproof fur. So deer, they have a little bit of oil on their fur to protect them from the water, because they live on land, but they also go into the water. So we found that they live here. We find them on the street. We find them in the forest, maybe on our campsite. So why are they living here in the park? Yeah.
Because there's lots of nature.
There's lots of nature.
There's lots of food.
Food. So what do they eat?
Leaves.
Leaves.
Berries.
Berries.
Sometimes poison berries.
Sometimes.
Tree bark.
Yeah. Grass. Do they eat other animals?
No. Why would you say no?
Yeah.
Because they're carnivores.
Yeah?
No.
Do you think who, raise your hand if you think they eat animals? Like mice and moles and bull, like little animals? And who here thinks they don't? So why do you girls think they don't?
Aren't they like, what's it?
A herbivore?
Yeah. Aren't they herbivores?
Well, if you look at their teeth, you can tell what animals eat based on their teeth.
They're carnivores.
So animals like skunks that have the sharp fangs at the top of their mouth, right here, and front teeth, that means that they eat meat. But they just have what we call molar teeth. They have no front teeth, which is really weird, right? So their front, what's in the front is just a big, thick piece of skin, which is really, really weird. So when they eat with these sharp teeth. So if you want to, you don't have to if you don't want to feel the teeth, to see just how sharp they are. So when you mention that they eat tree bark, that's how they do it, with their sharp teeth. And they eat twigs. They eat anything they can find. Especially in the winter time. Do you think? Yeah, that's because they get wiggled when we feel them. Do you want to figure? Live safely and stay protected in the winter time. So they're sharp so they can eat the bark and things that they will be eating more in the winter time.
Is it sharp, Ivy?
In the winter time, there's not grass and flowers and berries that we discussed because it's all covered in snow. But there is one plant that the deer eats that bunnies also eat, poison ivy, because it grows all year round. So if they dig up from under the snow, there will be poison ivy popping up. And we really thank our deer because then in the springtime when the snow melts, there is not an overabundance of poison ivy here in the park because our natural weed trimmers, as we call them, so our deer and our bunnies that don't hibernate or migrate, that live here all year round, they eat it for us. And they don't get a tummy ache, they don't get a rash. They love poison ivy. Yeah?
I've also saw a bunny.
Yeah? That's cool.
Yeah, everyone has.
Yeah, there's lots of bunnies. There's lots of bunnies here. So, remember when that fella was here asking you guys about the horns and the antlers and whatnot? So, who knows what he was talking about? He was pretty, yeah. So, are these horns or are these antlers? Antlers or are they horns? Antlers? Horns? They're antlers. And only the boys have antlers. And why do the boys have antlers? Yeah.
Protect the herd.
To fight to protect themselves. Is there any other reasons? Yeah.
So to find ladies?
Yes, to attract the ladies. That is another big reason. So if you ever see them sharpening them or making them more beautiful on the tree bark, they scrape the hide that is on the antlers in the springtime. They scrape that off, and it's to make it so beautiful so all the ladies will love them. So there's antlers there, and then we have antlers here, so we can pass around antlers and you can feel just how heavy they are on their head. So since we've determined these are antlers, do deer have horns?
Had two of them?
No?
Nope.
The females might.
The females and the males have horns. And we don't have a picture of one, which is really unfortunate. But they have little horns. Usually when they don't have their antlers, their little horns you'll notice them more. And the females also have little horns, and they're tucked in behind their ears. Yeah. Yeah.
If you turn the page, there's a white-tailed deer shot. No.
No, it's not a deer. That one's a mule deer. That one's not a white-tailed deer. So speaking of white-tailed, why do white-tailed deers have white tails?
Yeah. To blend in.
To blend in.
With the snow.
Maybe. Does anyone else want to guess? The little giggly girls here. I think you might know.
No, I don't think
No?
they're just kidding around.
Anyone else? Why do they have a white tail? It's the same as bunnies and their little cotton tails. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
I can see the anticipation. It is to warn other deer of danger. When they run, they flip up their white tail, and it's like a flash of white. And they flip it like this, and then other deer that might be sitting or standing or eating around them, they will know that there's danger in the area, so they can run away as well. Because they are really, really fast runners in the summer. In the winter, they're a little bit slower because of the temperature change. So it's a really good thing that they have their white tail to warn other deer of danger. Puffy white tails, and when they run, they flip them so that the other bunnies are aware that there is danger. So do we have any questions about deer? No questions? Do you guys want to do a craft about deer?
Yeah.
Or do you have a question?
Why do they eat poison ivy?
They eat poison ivy in the wintertime because it's one of the only year-round plants.
Oh.
Because there's so much snow, and there's no leaves, and the grass is dead underneath the snow. So it's one of the only plants in the wintertime that are still surviving and thriving.
Oh.
Any other questions? That's a good one. No? Okay, do we want to make a craft now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go over to our craft table.
We're gonna make one together. Yeah.
Alex, you have to let go.
Ooh, it's a shirt.
Okay, so do you want to trace with a pencil crayon or a crayon? Does anyone down here want green? Does everyone want blue? You want green? Okay, so you can trace your ears.
No,
And
Joy.
then cut them out and then pass it on to the next person. Did anyone want red?
Solomon.
Red in the middle.
Stupid boy.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So if you want to do the antlers and be a boy deer, you can do that.
I'm being a boy.
Or you can have just ears and be a girl deer.
What are you making, Lily?
A deer.
Deer what?
A deer.
Are you alright?
You okay?
Thanks.
Are you alright? Do you need help? You're good. Walk it off, man. Walk it off. That was slow motion. Good job, buddy. You're alright. Maybe Lily will help you in a sec. No, it's tricky to cut stick stuff, huh?
I'll use different colored ears.
Chrissy, why can't she use red?
Because. What? It's an ugly color.
And let's use it. I don't know. I do know.
I know alright.